Welcome all the learners to the e-learning class of Chanakya College of Education. Myself, Dr. R.L. Lenka, dealing with the paper C9, that is Assessment for Learning, and this is for B.Ed second year trainees. As we all know that assessment is an integral part of teaching learning process. It is a process of integrating the process of evaluation with that of teaching and learning. The duty of the teacher is not only to teach the children or teach the learners, or the duty of the learners is not to learn only, rather to have assessment of the learned task. Hence, today we will discuss that topic called forms of assessment. There are different forms of assessment. Teachers use all these forms either inside or outside the school for assessing the performance of the learners. The most common form of assessment that we can discuss is based on some categorization or classification. Here is a classification based on purpose, उद्देश्य के आधार पर आकलन का प्रकार। आकलन के प्रकार के ऊपर जब हम चर्चा करेंगे तो उद्देश्य के हिसाब से उसे कैसे कैटेगरी हम कर सकते हैं। According to purpose, the assessment can be dichotomized as formative assessment and summative assessment. Very simple. Formative assessment is the part and parcel of learning as a continuous process. It goes with learning. Formative. It is a continuous process with learning. Whereas summative assessment is at the end of learning, or at the end of the unit, or at the end of the chapter, or even at the end of the year. So, there is a distinction between formative assessment and summative assessment. Formative assessment is during the process of learning, whereas summative assessment is conducted at the end of learning or at the end of the unit of learning. Accordingly, we can also categorize assessment as a prognostic assessment and diagnostic assessment. Prognostic based on predictive process, diagnostic assessment based on remediation. There is prognosis, there is diagnosis in assessment. Particularly diagnostic assessment requires remedial measures for eradicating the weakness, for identifying the loose points, weaknesses, pitfalls, limitations of the process of learning, process of teaching. Hence it is corrective. Prognostic is positional and predictive. Diagnostic is identifiable or based on identification of the limitations and taking the remedial measures. Again, we can also divide the process of assessment into norm referenced assessment and criterion referenced assessment. When the assessment is made with reference to a particular norm, it is called norm referenced assessment. And similarly, when it is based on a selected criterion, the process of assessment is called criterion referenced assessment. We will discuss all these forms of assessment in detail in our future classes, but at least here we will have an understanding how assessment is categorized on the basis of purpose. According to purpose, the assessment may be formative and summative, it may be prognostic and diagnostic, and it may be norm referenced and criterion referenced assessment. Let's have a discussion on formative and summative assessment. Based on purpose, these two types of assessment, that is formative and summative assessment, occur at different points of learning process. Particularly the formative assessment occurs both before and during the learning process, whereas summative assessment occurs at the end of the key segments of learning cycle or at the end of the learning process. During the process, assessment is called formative assessment, and at the end of the process of learning, assessment is called summative assessment. Again, forms of assessment based on nature and scope of learning, or nature and scope of assessment. Accordingly, we may divide the process of assessment into teacher-made test and standardized test, or teacher-made assessment and standardized assessment. When the assessment is made by the teacher concerned, or the class teacher, or the subject teacher, or the teacher as a leader of the group, the process of assessment is called teacher-made. It is not tried out, it is not standardized, there is no universality of such tests because it is specific to the teacher only. On the other hand, there may be the assessment that is standardized assessment. Standardized assessment are universally accepted, they are tried out, hence they are more applicable or accepted. There are standard norms and they are having proper reliability and validity, vaidhata or ऑब्जेक्टिविटी ऑल्सो, वस्तुनिष्ठता, ये सब गुण के आधार पर टीचर मेड टेस्ट और स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड टेस्ट को हम डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज बेस्ड ऑन मोड ऑफ रेस्पॉन्स। आप रेस्पॉन्स कैसे करते हैं, उसी को आधार करके हम भी असेसमेंट का कैटेगरी कर सकते हैं। बेस्ड ऑन रेस्पॉन्स, how the learner responds to the process of assessment, either orally or by written or through performance. Hence, accordingly, there are three categories of assessment. Oral assessment, in which the response is by oral only, oral response. There is nothing written, there is nothing performed. Written assessment, by writing. Generally, we respond to long answer questions, short answer questions, very short answer questions, objective type questions, or essay type questions. There are different types of written assessment. Or we can also go for performance assessment, assessing the individuals by means of their performance. अगर कार्य को आधार करके या रिटिन लिखित परीक्षण के रूप में, ओरल जो कि केवल ओरल के माध्यम से मौखिक के रूप में उनको आंसर करना पड़ता है या रिस्पॉन्ड करना पड़ता है, तो उसे हम कहते हैं असेसमेंट बेस्ड ऑन मोड्स ऑफ रेस्पॉन्स। बेस्ड ऑन कॉन्टेक्स्ट, और एक बड़ा बात है कॉन्टेक्स्ट, डिफरेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट को आधार करके हम भी असेसमेंट का कैटेगरी कर सकते हैं। वन इज एक्सटर्नल असेसमेंट internal and external, but external assessment, when assessment is done through external agencies or external persons. Self-assessment, that is internal assessment, individual. Self-appraisal. Peer assessment, when assessment is done through peers or friends or classmates. Teacher assessment, when teacher is responsible for assessing the learners. These are the different contexts, and based on all these contexts we can also think of different forms of assessment. Then based on nature of information gathered, सूचना कैसे हम प्राप्त करते हैं, सूचना प्राप्त करने के आधार पर असेसमेंट को भी हम कैटेगरी कर सकते हैं. दैट इज क्वांटिटेटिव असेसमेंट एंड क्वालिटेटिव असेसमेंट, परिमाणात्मक और गुणात्मक. क्वांटिटेटिव असेसमेंट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ assigning numbers or numericals, measurement, particularly measurement in terms of quantitative aspect. Length, measurement of length, measurement of breadth, measurement of height, measurement of weight. These are quantitative assessment. Qualitatively we also go for assessing the learners, assessing the individuals, assessment through observation, assessment through checklist, assessment through sociometry, assessment through group discussion, assessment by putting in brainstorming situation. All these are qualitative assessment. So based on the nature of information gathered, we can also categorize assessment as quantitative assessment and qualitative assessment. Let's summarize today's topic. Assessment that is based on purpose, assessment that is based on nature and scope, assessment that is based on response, assessment based on context, then assessment based on nature of information gathered. So while going for categorizing the process of assessment, please keep all these points in mind, so that your process of categorizing the assessment will be easy. Assessment based on purpose, formative, summative, then prognostic, diagnostic, then norm reference and criterion referenced assessment. This is a very simple process. So these points will help you to understand the categorization process of assessment, or it will make easy on the part of the learners to make a category of assessment in different situations by referring all these points. Thanks.